A protocol is a standard for how to act or communicate. Protocols define rules and regulations that everyone follows. A network protocol works the same way. No matter where you are or what kind of computer you're using, you can communicate with other computers over a network if you use the same network protocols. A group of protocols that are used together is called a protocol suite. The most commonly used network protocol suite today is the TCP/IP protocol suite. The most important transport protocol is called Transmission Control Protocol, or TCP. TCP is often called a connection-oriented protocol. When information is transmitted using TCP, the computer sending the message does its best to make sure the receiving computer receives the message with no errors. It does this by requiring the receiving computer to acknowledge each packet it receives from the sender. Services that require a high degree of fidelity use TCP, such as an email server or a file server. We need to know that an email we send will arrive intact. We need to know that a file we save on a file server will be saved correctly. Another transport protocol is called User Datagram Protocol, or UDP. Unlike the connection-oriented TCP, UDP is a connectionless protocol. It simply transmits messages regardless of whether transmission errors occur. It doesn't require the destination system to acknowledge delivery. This method could fail to deliver all of the packets in a transmission. However, it transfers data very quickly because the latency associated with acknowledging each packet is removed. Many audio and video streaming services use UDP because it's much faster than TCP. A few missing packets in a video or audio stream would probably go unnoticed by the end user. TCP and UDP form the foundation of the TCP/IP suite. All of the other protocols in the suite work in conjunction with one of these two protocols. To illustrate this, protocols that use TCP will be written in blue, and protocols that use UDP will be written in green. One common protocol that most internet users are familiar with is HTTP, or Hypertext Transfer Protocol. HTTP is used by internet browsers to request information from website servers. It's also used by websites to return information to the browser and display it on the screen. A related protocol that you might see is HTTPS. HTTPS is functionally the same as HTTP, but with a security protocol added. The S stands for secure. This is used to keep private information private. When you use your credit card to buy something online, the transaction is usually carried out by the HTTPS protocol. Security for the HTTPS protocol is created by one of two security protocols. One is called SSL, for Secure Socket Layer, and the other is called TLS, for Transport Layer Security. TLS can be thought of as a more advanced version of SSL. While they work differently, both of these protocols protect data from wiretapping and other attacks by encrypting data while it travels between the client and the server. The next four protocols we're going to talk about are used to transfer files across a network. The File Transfer Protocol, or FTP, is often used to transfer a file between computers. A similar protocol is Trivial File Transfer Protocol, or TFTP. FTP uses TCP to transmit information, and TFTP uses UDP, which means it's much faster but less reliable. There are also two secure protocols for transferring files: Secure File Transfer Protocol, SFTP, and Secure Copy Protocol, SCP. These protocols securely transfer files across a network. The next set of protocols that we'll talk about are email protocols. The first is the Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, or SMTP. This is used to send mail between email servers. Using SMTP, I can send emails to addresses that aren't in my domain as long as both email services are using SMTP. Other protocols are used to retrieve messages from the email server to the client workstation, notebook, or mobile device. The Post Office Protocol version 3, or POP3, downloads email messages from the email server and saves them on the client. The advantages of using POP3 is that after downloading, you can access your email even when you're offline. Another common protocol is the Internet Message Access Protocol, or IMAP. With IMAP, mail can be stored on the mail server. This allows a user to access their messages from multiple devices. It also means that if my computer hard drive fails, I won't lose my emails because they're saved on the server. Now let's talk about protocols that provide network services. One is called the Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol, or DHCP. DHCP allows devices to receive configuration information from a central server. Without DHCP, you would have to visit each computer on a network to manually configure an address. With DHCP, you configure a central server, and as devices connect to the network, they receive addressing and other configuration information from it. Another service is the Domain Name System, or DNS. DNS allows you to use host names to identify computers. Instead of using an IP address, you can use a logical name. For instance, if you've ever browsed the internet, you've probably visited a website by typing a URL, such as www.testout.com. This is a logical name that identifies a web server, and when you use this name, you initiate the HTTP protocol to read the information that's on that server. DNS allows you to use logical names instead of remembering an IP address for the computer that you need to get to. Another network service is the Network Time Protocol, or NTP. NTP allows devices to synchronize their clocks through a network. The last network service protocol we're going to talk about is called Lightweight Directory Access Protocol, or LDAP. LDAP allows users to access directory service information for users on their network, such as name, phone number, and email address. Let's review several network management protocols. The Simple Network Management Protocol, or SNMP, lets network administrators set up alerts to monitor the state of your network. For example, suppose your network has a shared storage drive with 8 terabytes of space. You'll want to know when the drive is getting full before it actually runs out of space. Instead of checking the available space on the drive every day, you can use SNMP to alert you when the drive has a terabyte of storage space left. The next two protocols allow users to access network devices remotely. They're called Telnet and SSH. Telnet was developed in the 1960s and was used for a while. However, most administrators don't use it anymore because it's not secure. Secure Shell, or SSH, is a secure alternative to Telnet. This protocol can be used to securely access and manage remote network devices. The last two protocols we're going to talk about are control protocols. The first one is the Internet Control Message Protocol, or ICMP. This protocol can be used to detect which other devices are on the network. It's commonly used to verify that a network host is up and running and that it's reachable over the network medium. The final protocol we're going to discuss is the Internet Group Management Protocol, or IGMP. IGMP establishes multicast group memberships, which allow a computer to send a single network packet to multiple hosts on the network at the same time.